China's in big trouble. The numbers continue to get worse there, and they're struggling for growth. Their internal consumption is plummeting because of demographic demand going the wrong way and a real estate crisis that's hitting the acute phase. Their construction, much like our construction was held up by long-lived projects, is coming to an end. So new permits started to basically fall off a cliff in 2021. New permits in China are down 70%. That's a staggering number, but the construction was only down 20% in that time frame. Construction continues to come down, and private fixed investment finally went negative for the first time ever in the history of China, barring a COVID blip in November of last year. It bounced a little bit recently, but the trend is not your friend. It's down and to the right. So China has to export its way out of this dilemma. That's why we're having trade wars with China, and they're going to dump all their products on every market if they can to export their way out. But now they're also going to have a problem with the oil shock as well, which will create demand destruction cycle in China. So China was already in trouble. And what that means is their trading partners, which Japan and South Korea are some of the largest. We have the biggest trade deficit, but combined net trade between Japan and China, Japan's the largest trading partner of China net, including exports and imports. That's going to affect Japan's economy, which that could cause a big problem with the yen carry trade. South Korea is a big trading partner. So there's going to be problems in Asia, which then feed back to the U.S. as well. So it's kind of a global synchronized slowing that we see going on.